So talk about Possible. What's so special about it this year, and how has it emerged as this massive tentpole event?
What's so special about it this year? Well, I think it's come up to a great start from what I can tell, just looking at the speaker lineup and all the excitement I'm hearing out on the streets and when I'm talking to colleagues and industry friends and, anyone who's anyone really in marketing and advertising seems to be going to Possible. So I think it's going to be just a fantastic event. I think the timing of it is great. We're in a very interesting year, a year full of challenge and change, and it's an election year. There's a lot of opportunity. Hopefully, the economy is turning, but there's also a lot of unknowns. And I think these big tentpole events that gather a lot of people for very high level and in-depth conversations about how to advance the industry forward are just so important, more important than ever. And I feel like there's been a little bit of a vacuum in that space for a while, and I feel like Possible has really stepped in and took that vacuum. I think it's exactly what the industry needs, and I think it will also have some fun and some glamour and glare to it. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
What do you think some of the key themes are going to be this year? What are you excited to hear?
Well, I think the evergreen subject these days of AI, I'm sure is going to be a big part of the conference. Personally, I'm a little tired of it, but at the same time, I also feel like I need to learn. So I'm really excited to hear how brands and also how my industry colleagues on the media side are using AI and how we can really leverage it for positive change for the industry and hopefully more revenue. So I think that's going to be one thing. I think data and privacy is something that I personally always interested in. There are lots of shifts, cookie deprecation, again, a lot of regulation and things that are going to change the way that we're doing advertising in particular, but also how we're using media. And then I think it's about the future, new consumers, new media platforms, new brands and advertisers. What do they have to offer? How are they thinking about the future? And how can we as an industry be a part of that?
Okay. And just shifting gears, how is programmatic and automation advancing out of home advertising?
That's a very good question, and one that I really like to talk about because out of home has not only gone through a huge and is undergoing a huge digital transformation, meaning that a lot of the signage that we have, all types of signage, transit, billboards, roadside, what we call street furniture, place-based, all of it is increasingly becoming digitized, and that's led to a huge growth spurt for our industry. Programmatic and automation is sort of the next level of that because once you're fully digital, even if you're static, actually, you can use automated buying and programmatic efforts to just kind of make more, right? Make more hay with what you have. And in the last 3, 4 years, we've really had some amazing advances on the out of home front, both on how we can use data and leverage automation and, the amount of inventory that's being plugged into these platforms. So we're really on par with many other media formats now. Brands really want to use automation. They want to use data. They want to use programmatic when they buy. And the fact that we can now play in that game is important for out of home. And I look forward both to Possible, hopefully having some conversations about that. And then we have our own event coming up where it would be a big theme in a few weeks after. So that's for us as an out of home industry. One, I think of the core areas that we're focusing on right now. So Possible would be a great kickoff to that, hopefully.
Okay. And just where do you hope to see out of home a year from now?
I hope we'll continue the growth trajectory that we're already on. I think the digital transformation, or I know it will continue this year, which will further strengthen us. I think programmatic and automation will further advance. And are used to use new technology and partner with other media platforms as well as we deliver more value to brands is going to increase. So in summary, all of those things hopefully means that growth leads to somewhat of a share shift for us. The ability for out of home to grow more in the overall ad pie. And I think overall we're looking forward to a very positive and good year for out of home.